Hello and welcome to the channel's book club. Nobel Prize winner Professor Wole Soyinka turned 80 and a series of events were organized to honor the literary icon. Also, the South African Nobel Prize winning author Nadine Gordimer, a woman who became one of the most powerful voices against the injustice of apartheid, died at the age of 90, precisely on July 13, 2014. The same day Soyinka turned 80. Gordimer was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1991. When we return from a break, I'll introduce our guest and subject for today. The month of July is Professor Wole Soyinka's month, and on this show, we'll continue to celebrate this literary icon. Here's a short report on the Nobel Prize winner.
What is literature? Very few people across the world have successfully answered the question. One of such people is Professor Wole Soyinka. For a man who has been on the literary scene virtually all his life, the most prominent being for the Nobel Prize for Literature he received in 1986, which made him the first African to set the pace, he's indeed made a remarkable journey through life. Outspoken, the Nobel laureate is never one to shy away from bearing his mind on social ills.
Some of those who were responsible for this predicament are now victims. For the first time, I think a sense of belonging, ironically, is predominating. And it's unlikely, because the forces which would like to see this nation break up, and I'm not sentimental about nations, I'm just speaking very objectively, the forces which would like to see that disintegration, a breakaway, are the very forces which will not be satisfied with having their own enclave. They will want absolutely, they're expansive in nature, and they see examples in all over the world, and they are part of an international organization which wants to spread its own brand of, I can't even call it religion, I just say, because it's both politics and religion. It's a power play.
Regarded as an enigma by many owing to the complexity of his writings, it's a wonder how Professor Wole Soyinka thrives in simplicity. As he celebrates being 80, his works, cutting across drama, novel and poetry, continue to grace shelves and stages.
I have some more questions, and you answer them sanely, you may save your skin. Now, which of the townspeople did you talk to? Which of the townspeople did you talk to?
The one who summoned me, naturally.
And who was that?
Agorego, their elder of siblings.
Professor Wole Soyinka is undoubtedly one of Nigeria's most valuable treasures.
Kolawole Oyeyemi, a leading marketing and advertising professional, has released a new book that is set to become popular in the business circle, titled Kill or Get Killed, The Marketing Killer Instinct. The book event took place at Eko Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. Kola is very passionate about changing Nigeria through books and knowledge dissemination. He's the brain behind the recently held Leaders Are Readers Walk to promote a reading culture in Nigeria. Kola's new book is arguably the first known marketing book of its type ever written by an African. It was reviewed and approved by the US Library of Congress. This makes the book and the author globally rated. Kill or Get Killed, The Marketing Killer Instinct, It's a fascinating title, and I'm already looking forward to reading it.
What this book does is to actually extrude the marketing practice and shows that in marketing, it's warfare. And in warfare, there are no nice guys, there are no cool guys, there are mean guys who want to win. The pocket and the mind of the consumer is the target. And so every brand goes to war to have a share of that. So what this book tells you is there's no faffing around. Once you get in there, get ready to win. Otherwise, somebody's out to defeat you. So you kill or you get killed. I feel fulfilled, and I feel like a man who has managed to get people listening and managed prepared to get the discourse to start, and hoping that the future will be better than what it is today. That if important people here choose to embrace this and promote this, then we're going to reverse this ugly trend of mass failures in exams and get our young people back up again to reading and excelling.
Our guest today is a young up-and-coming writer whose hairstyle, passion, and writing skills will remind you of a certain Professor Wole Soyinka. He's Kingsley Iweka. Kingsley studied physics at the University of Benin, but discovered early that he had a passion for writing. He joined us to discuss his book, Dappled Things, and his passion for writing. Kingsley, thank you for joining us on the Channels Book Club.
Thank you very much for having me here today. Same here.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Are you going for the Soyinka?
Well, that's what everybody keeps saying, but I mean, it's comfortable for me, I guess.
Okay, that's good. You look good.
Thank you.
Very good.
You look good yourself as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice book. Dappled Things.
Yes.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Dappled Things, yes.
Dappled Things. Okay. I like the prints. I like the story.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you.
And I'm very impressed. But let's talk about you first. We'll come back to this book. Let's create a context for the book.
Sure, that's fine.
You are 23?
24 actually.
24?
Yeah.
Recently graduated?
Well, not too recently though.
2, 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah, thereabout.
You went to University of Benin?
Yeah.
And you studied physics?
Yes, I did.
Now, how did you land into creative writing?
Well, I guess it's another typical story of, going to a Nigerian high school, and everyone is of the opinion that the smarter kids or the smartest kids are the ones in science class. And as long as you're doing very well with the science subjects, nobody really considers your other affinities. And then, continuing along that path, you find yourself leaning towards the sciences. As you go on, you apply for JAMB, and then you go maths, physics, chemistry, and then English. But when you get into university and then there's a lot more freedom, you now start to realize your true aspects.
Self-discovery
exactly.
process starts.
So.
What is that? I mean, that's so common in Nigeria.
Yeah, it is actually.
This idea that the smartest kids are supposed to be in science. I experienced that myself. The smartest kids are supposed to be in science, and then the not so smart kids
end up in arts and commercials.
It's very damaging.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad. I'll tell you a story. I had a friend back then in high school who was really bright and smart. Was one of the smallest kids in class, but he was also one of the smartest kids, And he wanted to switch to commercial class. But his father even, he insisted on going to the commercial class, but the school insisted that no, he had to be in science class. And then they called his father to intervene in the matter. And, eventually he had to stay back in science class. He did very well. He still graduated one of the best results in the science class. But, you could tell that, that just goes a lot to explain the issue on the ground. That it's
I can imagine how many dreams are aborted because of that.
And not